Hello everybody, it's you here. Welcome back on this channel. So today's video is something really exciting. As you can see from the title, it's gonna be a tour of this beautiful, incredible farm where I'm staying right now. So I've been wanting to film this video for a long time, but I've been waiting for the right time. Then I figured that different plants have different times. So they bloom in different times, and it's not possible to film them all at the same time at their best. But it's really exciting. I love this place. But in this video, I'm gonna give you a complete tour of the vegetable garden beds and the flower patches and perimeter of the house, which has a lot of flowers, the blueberry fields, everything. So I really hope you'll enjoy it, and make sure to watch it until the end because I have some news and questions for you guys. So without further ado, I would say we can start with this area. So it's gonna be pretty long, so grab a tea, make a smoothie or something, and we can start from this area. This is the front porch of the house, and as you can see, the perimeter is all covered in plants. And some of them are perennials, some of them are things we have planted a couple of months ago. This is the most shaded area of the garden. But starting from this corner right here, we have two beautiful hostas. They have different colors, as you can see. And on the right of the hostas, there's this beautiful pink flower. And if I'm not mistaken, the name of it is Aquilegia or something like that. And I really like it because it has these tiny delicate flowers that bloom right in May and June. And then there's some lady slippers, I think it's the name of these. They unfortunately already bloomed. They finished 2-3 weeks ago. Right in this corner between this huge hosta, there is a bleeding heart as well that you cannot see because it's covered by the hosta, but the same thing, it's not blooming anymore. But if you know, bleeding hearts have these beautiful hanging flowers right under the leaves, and they're purple or red. Moving on the right, we have another beautiful hosta which is kind of taking over the entire space. And here there is this amazing purple iris. There's actually a white iris over here as well, which is growing every year, perennial, and there's a lot of them. While on the corner down here, there is some snapdragons, I think they're called. They're not doing too well because, as you can see, they're kind of covered by the iris. But if you know how these flowers look like, they should be full covered in these beautiful flowers, but I like them anyways. Down here there's also a nice little nasturtium that is growing. And moving to the right, we have this cute little creeping phlox. A couple of weeks ago it was covered in this beautiful pink flowers, but now they're all gone. And right over here there's another variety of creeping phlox that was white, if I'm not mistaken, and it was very pretty as well. Moving on, we have some perennials. This one is very pretty. It's about to bloom, and I think it's called Chinese Stauby purple candles, and I really liked it, so we decided to plant it over here. And then this one over here that looks like grass, it's actually called gay feathers, and it should bloom pretty soon. It should look like this. Under this one, there's also some very cute alyssum and another one over here. Well, in the back over here, I don't remember the name of those. They grow pretty tall and they bloom. Well, this one here stays pretty low on the ground. And the last two in this patch are this beautiful foxglove, which is about to bloom. As you can see, they have a very long stem and flowers all over it, and I really like the way it looks because the leaves are very purple and they pop in contrast with the green in the background. While this one over here is a New England daylily, and it's about to bloom, and there's a lot of these around here. This area instead is covered in a lot of different plants. In the background there's the tallest ones, and in the front there's some smaller flowers and perennials. So we should start from this beautiful majestic bush right here. These are peonies, and they're currently blooming, and I really like them because they smell extremely good, and they're very big flowers. And there's some white ones, some purple ones, and some pink and yellow ones as well. Right in front of it, there's this pot with some herb mix that is not doing too well. Something is growing, but I'm not sure. There was another eucalyptus that we wanted to plant, but it ended up dying, I think. Here in the front, there's some little tiny hydrangeas that are about to explode because they'll get pretty tall and abundant. While here in the front, there's these beautiful false sunflowers, I think they're called, and they're very bright, and they've been blooming for the last couple of weeks as well. Down here, there's another nasturtium, and there's another one over there. Well, this one right here is a Sweet Williams, and it's so pretty. Look at this color. And there's a red one and a purple one down here. Well, these that are growing spontaneous, I think they're pumpkin seeds, and they're all over everywhere, so I think they're gonna grow here. Here, there's another beautiful foxglove that is blooming right now. Down here, there's also 2 plants of strawberries that are growing in pots, and some of them actually have some strawberries on them. Look at this one. This one right here is called coneflower, I think, and I've never seen it before, but it should grow very tall with light purple flowers like daisies. I can't wait to see it blooming. In the back, there's also some other perennials, which I don't really remember the names of. Well, down here, there's this kind of cacti, and I think it's called stone crop, and it's getting pretty large here. But I love the texture and the look that it gives to the flower patch. On this area right here next to the front door, there is this very pretty spontaneous native plant called spotted dead nettle, and it's currently blooming, as you can see. And this one has very pretty purple colored flowers as well. While all along this wall there are a lot of hostas that are growing very well. There are some nasturtiums. There's one right here, very pretty. These are lady slippers. Well, this one down here creeping on the ground is called bugle herb, and this one will bloom pretty soon. And this one was all for the front area. Well, now we can move to the actual garden. With my back to the house, the vegetable garden is over there, and there's this beautiful lawn and a stone wall to separate. But there's a couple of bushes and trees that I'd like to show you here. For example, this is a lilac, and it just finished blooming, but I have some videos and photos from a couple of weeks ago because it was stunning. The lilac plant is really popular. It's everywhere in New England. Well, this one right here is an apple tree, and it actually has some small fruits on it already because it bloomed a couple of weeks ago. Okay, here we are in the vegetable garden patch. The whole area is covered in landscaping fabric and a thin layer of straw, and there's a total of 11 raised beds here. So I'd say we should start from here. This first raised bed has some potatoes that are growing very well on the left side, while on the inner side there is squash. There are 1, 2, 3, or 4 plants of squash, and different varieties. On the right, there's the same and opposite plants, so potatoes on the right and squash on the left. This is because we are planning to put a trellis in the middle to make the squash grow on it, like this one right here. And the 2 varieties of squash there are here are butternut and buttercup, I think they're called, but I don't think they're here yet. So there is 3 identical beds. This one has the same plants, so potatoes and squash, and all of these 3 have onions and garlic on both sides to prevent pests and bugs. Well, in this corner right here, there is this very pretty herb which has a incredible texture and flavor because it tastes like cinnamon and clove at the same time, and it's really used for Asian recipes in the kitchen, and it's really cool. Right here in this bed instead, there's eggplants. There's a lot of different varieties of eggplants, from the bigger varieties to fairy tale eggplants, I think they're called, and they're growing very well. They've been planted in this raised bed a couple of weeks ago, and in between the small rows there are some herbs planted. So there's some dill, some parsley, some sage, some tarragon, some lemon balm, some mint, and all of these are supposed to prevent pests and bugs again. Okay, this arch here has snap peas and green beans on one side, which are actually blooming right now. So that's very exciting. There's a couple of them with white flowers and a couple of them with purple flowers. And I find them really cute. They're almost ornamental plants to me. And next to the peas, we also have this small terracotta pot with thyme, which I love. While on the other side, there's a bunch of different plants growing. So starting from this side, there's some parsley, some basil. This one is purple basil and it's very tasty. Some normal basil and some dill. And in each bed there is garlic and onion planted on both sides. While here in the middle there is cucumber growing and vining up this trellis, as you can see. And there are in total 6 plants of cucumber and they're flowering right now. And you can actually see some small cucumbers growing here and there. While on these 2 big raised beds here, there are some zucchinis over here and some squash over there. Now I'm going to show you a little bit closer because you can actually see a zucchini, which is so exciting. And they're both growing very well, and they take up a lot of space, so we just planted 1 in each. The squash is doing very well too. There are some already here and the flowers are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, on to our last raised bed in this area. There are some more eggplants with other varieties and some bell peppers. So there's a lot of bell peppers actually. And planted in between, there's some dill, some basil, and some oregano. Here and there you can also see some other terracotta pots. This one has some rosemary in it, which I really love cooking with because it's very fresh. And going back to the first raised bed, there are some perennials that I would like to show you. For example, this beautiful daisy. There are a lot of daisy plants around here in this season. There's another huge hosta. There's also some marigolds planted all along the perimeter and some violets. I really like these because they give a nice pop of color to the garden. Next to this huge blueberry bush, there's another flower patch with some gray hostas, which I find spectacular for this area because they have these huge heart-shaped leaves. And yeah, I think this pot is the best for them. While these plants right here are some Gloriosa daisies that I planted about a month ago, and they're not growing too well, but I'm sure they'll manage to bloom during the summer. Well, here all along this stone wall there are some daylilies which are about to bloom, and I'm very excited because we don't really have them in Europe. Well, here they're very popular. There's another variegated hosta down here and some more iris. Okay, moving to the right, there is this little shed, and down here there's another raised bed with some Brussels sprouts and some kale, and I think that's all. Yeah, that should be it. And the Brussels sprouts are growing very fast. I'm super surprised, but I've never grown them. And the kale is looking very pretty as well. And last but definitely not the least, on the other side of the shed, we have another raised bed with some basil and some tomatoes. And these are the bigger varieties of tomatoes. So there's some Roman tomatoes and big boy tomatoes. While here the basil is growing very well. I love basil. I'm obsessed with it. I would put it everywhere. But they said basil and tomatoes together grow pretty well. Well, this one right here is Barrage, and it's about to bloom actually. And I've never grown this one either, but I'm very excited because it's looking very happy, and it's in a terracotta pot. And on the other side, there's a pot with 3 different kinds of mint. There is some mojito mint, some chocolate mint, and some apple mint, and they're all growing very, very well here. Okay, almost done with the vegetable patch, but there is another one over there. Now we're gonna go and check it out. There is definitely less plants though, because the raised beds are made out of wood, so they're starting to rot a little bit, and we just planted some basics. So here's how it looks. There's a total of 4 raised beds. We're not currently using that one. But starting over here, you can see some radish all over the perimeter, and it's going very, very well. I'm so excited about this because I've never grown radish, but it's going very, very well. Well, in the middle, there is some kale and some lettuce plants. This one looks so happy and luscious. I love this, and I can't wait to eat it. Well, on the other side of the bed, there are some tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes, if I'm not mistaken. And these ones that you can see everywhere, I think they're carrots, but I might be wrong. Well, here in this second bed, there is this amazing spontaneous lettuce that is growing. Very, very big. Some beets. So 1, 2, 3 beets that are growing. Some bugs or snails are eating it, but it's fine. And then as you can see, there's a lot of tomatoes. We haven't planted them, but they just came out of the soil, and it's just amazing. And then some garlic and onions. This one is I don't remember the name right now, but it's blooming and it's amazing. I love this plant. Oh yeah, it's chives, and it tastes amazing in salads and for a scrambled egg, or it's really amazing. Well, here on this other side, there is cabbage, very, very pretty. And on the trellis side, there are some more pumpkins. I think these are pumpkins, but I might be wrong. Or squash, probably squash, yeah. While on the other bed, there are some more chives, a big lettuce that is growing here in the middle, which is looking very, very healthy. While on this other side, there is this is arugula. It's kind of taking over the entire bed because it's blooming right now, so it'll probably it's very prolific. So if you want to plant arugula, I suggest to put it either in rows or to really control the amount of seeds you plant. These are eggshells that we put to prevent snails, but I don't know if they're really working. But they compost the soil as well. On this other area, there are some more lettuce plants. This is amazing because we just sprinkled the seeds, and in less than 3 weeks, they came up and they are looking very, very healthy, and they're absolutely delicious to eat. Well, these ones right here are all spinach plants, and again, sprinkle the seeds and it's amazing. They grew very, very fast. Here on this trellis side, there are some snap peas that are starting to crawl onto the trellis, which is amazing. And the last raised bed has another chive plant, and then these should be either cauliflower or broccoli. I don't remember, or maybe both. This could be a cauliflower, but then there's some broccoli over there. I don't remember, but they're growing very, very well. Well, this right here is some more carrots plants, and then there's some more beet over here. And this is all for this area. This was all for these vegetable raised beds. Well, now I'd like to show you some more cool things around this property, because so as I said before, they have a small business of blueberry products. So they make gems and jellies and mixes and juices with blueberries, and the ones you're seeing right now, they're all wild blueberry plants that were native to this area, and they're now just taking care of them. But before moving to the next field, I'd like to show you this little flower patch of wildflowers. These are geraniums, in the family of geraniums. while there are some lilies, as you can see. They have these beautiful yellow flowers right here, some more wild daisies, and then these amazing orange flowers, which are growing wild everywhere right now. Some more blueberry plants, this time in rows, because I think these are not wild, but they planted them. And I would actually like to show you a oak tree that I have planted last month here in this amazing field along that stone wall, because these are all oak trees, and I got this little tree and I wanted to plant it. So let's see how it is going. Oh my gosh, it's actually growing. That's the tree. And the first weeks I planted it, I thought it was dying because it wasn't reacting too well to the repotting, but now it has finally put some leaves out, and yeah, I think it's definitely alive. So yeah, I'm super happy, and I can't wait to see this grow into a full size oak tree. Another very common flower here in New England is the ranunculus that I really love, because it's this bright yellow color flowers, and they're everywhere, as you can see. While those ones in the background are two rhododendrons, if I'm not mistaken, and they're growing very well. This is the second field of blueberry bushes. These are wild too, and they're all growing pretty happily too, as you can see. Well, these rows are all raspberries, and these will be ready in July as well, but now, as you can see, in mid-June, they're far from being ready. And this was all for today's video. I truly hope you enjoyed. I love being here. I love being surrounded by these amazing plants, and most of all, I like growing my own food and cooking with locally grown produce. It's something truly amazing that I've been trying to do for the past couple of years in Milan, where I live. So I hope this was interesting to see, and there's something special I'd like to say, because I'd like to plan a live for this channel. So just let me know in the comments down below when is the best time for you guys. It'll be a very chatty and spontaneous live, so nothing structured. So I'll probably post a poll on the community box, so you can go there and select which option works the best for your schedule. So just let me know and I'll try to work it out. Well, the second thing is, if you have any question, you can drop them in the comments of any of my video, because I'd like to film a Q&A. So if you have questions about anything, really, exchange year, languages, or plants, or sustainability, anything you're interested in that I can answer to, please leave a comment, and I'll be more than happy to answer to you in a video. So this was all for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're new to this community, and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye.